That's awesome, bro. I definitely will look out for that. Also, how did you become sophisticated at art? Any great resources or tip in specific? I love Proco and Marco Bucci. Um, Literally my biggest inspiration or the best mindset is that you'll never be perfect at art. And I go into every time I work on a different project, I want to imitate a different style because if you imitate other people's styles, if you imitate masters, then you'll realize that some people emphasize certain aspects of art over other things. Because let's say if you want to imitate one artist, I can't think of a single artist off the top of my head, but let's say artist A really focuses on anatomy, like realism with anatomy, while another artist B focuses on expressionism through harsh shadows, like Mike Manolia. I forgot his name. Whatever. Like Hellboy. And when you mix and match like different aspects that you like from different artists, then you develop your own style, or if you just or you make your own stuff, and as you make your own stuff and use a different artist as a jumping off point, you'll learn more about the creation of art or expressionism through the brush, and you'll become better just by the act of studying, honest critique, and moving forward. So yeah, that's my advice. Like I can't say I have a video. I look more at videos of story theory, like as in like how to tell a story, than I do look at uh, uh, resources for how to draw. Because my philosophy is people, if art is will always be subjective, but at the end of the day, if the story isn't good, then people aren't going to. There's nothing that's going to hug people. So I personally focus more on like the story than how things look visually. It's also a bonus that people really like my visual styles, so there's that, and I'm super grateful for that. I guess at the end of the day, it's really about priorities. Like, what do you prioritize when you create? Also, stealing is essential. Like being like wearing your inspirations on your sleeve is very whatchamacallit, I always say that. Being upfront and open about your inspirations, it really helps with for me it really helped with criticisms, you know, because sometimes I would get comments saying that Metal Hero or the other comics that I work on are just ripoffs of something else that I have not even watched or showed interest in my entire life. But because I do have my inspirations on my sleeves, that can be a starting conversation about what I actually ripped off. You know, just saying, yeah, I steal, and and you got it wrong from what I stole from. So let me tell you what I actually stole from, and then you have a conversation about the things that you like or the things that you want to be. The art is good, but the story is bad. You only keep me for a few pages. If your art is passable but your story is good, you will keep me forever, much longer. Yeah. At the end of the day, like if anybody wants, oh yeah, the menace. That's great advice. I never actually studied an artist in specific, but I've studied a plethora of rules. I will keep that in mind. Oh yeah, I think that's like one of the things that a lot of people get mixed up with where it's like once you know the rules, then you learn the rules and then you break the rules. I'm like, that's cool. That's a nice academic way of thinking about it, but you gotta. Yeah, at the end of the day, you always learn from the masters, and you learn best by doing, and you pick up on the patterns, because the main thing about human beings is that we are really good at noticing patterns, and when you're drawing a lot, you're gonna notice. You're gonna notice a lot of things. If you're trying to copy from one guy to the next guy. And that's also a great thing about like selling properties, because I remember when I was like selling at Adult Swim, I was introduced to the idea of a concept, to a what do they call it, an elevator pitch. And an elevator pitch is just, my thing is like this popular thing mixed with this popular thing, and I hate that so much, but that tells me a lot about what people are looking for when they want to be invested. Because the first thing about telling a story is that nobody wants to be invested. Absolutely nobody. So you have to grasp at straws and to hope that you'll find an idea that'll make people want to be interested. So yeah, wear your inspirations on your sleeves. It'll take you a long way. It'll bring you a long way. Honestly, when I look for critiques, sometimes I ask like, what does this art remind you of? Because that's I usually ask people questions like, what does this art remind you of? And if somebody gives me like an idea, like someone gives me like some visual artist or a manga or whatever. I hate saying whatever, because I need to take that out of my dictionary, because saying whatever just feels like it's disingenuous. But what I mean to say is, when I ask about what does my art remind people of, that's something that I use so I can find out if somebody's doing what I'm trying to do but better, so I can take inspiration and implement it into my thing. Which I am an open and honest theft of art. I think I probably need to read some light novels, and then I'll just try to imitate what I would just try to imitate what I've read. And besides, always go back to the second advice. It's okay to not be perfect, because you're never gonna be perfect. So just get it done.